You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You can keep Johnson in Washington, D.C., or you can send him back to his Texas cotton patch. When you see this, you can see that the Negro vote is the key factor. And despite the fact that you are in a position to be the determining factor, what do you get out of it? The Democrats have been in Washington, D.C. only because of the Negro vote. They've been down there 4 years. And all other legislation they wanted to bring up, they brought it up and gotten it out of the way, and now they bring up you. And now they bring up you. You put them first and they put you last. Because you're a chump. The party that you bash controls 2/3 of the House of Representatives and the Senate, and still they can't keep their promise to you. Because you're a chump. Anytime you throw your weight behind a political party that controls 2/3 of the government, and that party can't keep the promise that it made to you during election time, and you're dumb enough to walk around continuing to identify yourself with that party, you're not only a chump, but you're a traitor to your race. A traitor to your race. But you're a traitor to your race.
Come on, Blaze.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are.
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community, and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
None other than Beyonce will appear with Vice President Harris tomorrow in Texas, we're learning, and NBC's Aaron Gilchrist is covering the Harris campaign today from Georgia, where she's set to appear with Bruce Springsteen. Aaron, the boss today, Queen Bee tomorrow. What more do we know?
You know, this is news that a lot of people have been waiting to hear, whether or how Beyonce might show her support for Vice President Harris. And we have learned from 3 sources our team has that Beyonce will appear with Vice President Harris tomorrow in Houston, Texas. And the source says that Beyonce will perform during that appearance in Texas, obviously where she's from. This is something that a lot of people have been talking about really for months now, since Vice President Harris became the person at the top of the ticket, whether or how Beyonce might endorse her. That hasn't happened to this point directly. We do know, of course, that the vice president has been using Beyonce's song Freedom at each of her appearances and in many of her campaign videos since the beginning of this campaign process for her. That song, of course, released back in 2016, a song with political overtones, but one that the vice president has used as her anthem, if you will, as she appears around the country. And so now to learn that the Beyonce will be on stage with Vice President Harris is something that could be a huge deal. The reality is Beyonce has a massive following that cuts across age, gender, race, and so to have her appearing with her to ostensibly offer an endorsement is something that could resonate with a lot of people all over this country.
After a host of many entertainers, Kamala Harris realized that things weren't quite going in her favor, so she decided to pull out the big joker and have Beyonce come to the DNC. Now, rumors had been swirling that Beyonce would perform, but it turns out when Beyonce got there, there was no performance. There was a lot of heckling in the crowd, and allegedly people were leaving as soon as Beyonce left the stage. Now, I'm not sure if that's true. I was not there, but I do have some footage I want to share with you guys. But before we get into it, I need you guys to like the video and subscribe to the channel as we get into what actually happened at the DNC. Now, I've scoured the internet. I saw a whole bunch of things. From what I'm seeing here, there's a whole bunch of people, a slew of people at this rally. But remind you, this is a DNC rally in Houston, and Beyonce is slated to perform. So I'm hearing there were record numbers. Allegedly, there were 1 million people requesting to be at this rally. And I'm pretty positive it's because Beyonce was there, not because they just love Kamala Harris. I just don't see that as being the situation, especially watching the polls, and I'm seeing America either split or somewhat going for the Trump side. So I'm pretty sure that's not why all these people decided to come. But nevertheless, I placed a clip of Malcolm X at the beginning of this video for a reason now. I've realized that Black Americans have become so engulfed into celebrities and celebrity worship. Not only that, we've become so emotionally charged that we won't even make decisions that literally help us as a people. We'd rather just go with the populace or our favorite celebrity. And honestly, it's something that needs to be studied, because this state of mind that Black America is in today is literally not normal. But before we get into the DNC, I just want to add this piece. Kamala Harris has been on this tour in the DNC, basically cosplaying as a Black American. We all know that she is an Indian woman, East Indian to be exact, a little bit of Asian, and also Irish in her bloodline. No Black American. But somehow people want to gaslight Black Americans into believing that she's a Black American simply because she does stuff like line dance to a Beyonce song, or because she allegedly pledged, aka, and went to Howard University. Sharing the Black experience by way of dance, college, or a sorority does not make a person Black, and I want Black America to wake up to this. This woman has been cosplaying, disrespecting our ancestry by giving every single thing that our ancestors worked hard for us to other people. Kamala has a way of using the Black experience when it benefits her and throwing it away when it does not. You know, it really bothers me that I can watch this woman sit there and dance to Beyonce and say all these things about Black people after she take our benefits and things that were set aside for us from our ancestors, like the Freedmen's Bank, civil rights, and other things, and disguise them as something for others and everyone else except Black America. Yet we are forced to watch her line dance and sing Beyonce and have her out with the freedom song. And we're supposed to just be quiet and not say anything and just go down and ski weed to the polls simply because this cosplaying Indian woman says that she's Black for now. It's really ironic to me that my people forget about this, but just in case we have forgotten, I don't care if you voted already. I just want to remind my people that we're more than a celebrity. We're more than a dance. We're more than a rap. We're more than a movie. We are actually intelligent and should be making intelligent decisions, not based off emotions or celebrity. So I want to add this piece in for you just in case you forgot. If you're a part of Black America, foundational Black Americas, freedmen, or American descendants of slaves, while this woman have a great time cosplaying as you, this is what she really feels about you. And these are the truths that you will not hear during this election, because she has to get in the White House and literally obliterate what's left of Black America. Check this out.
Do you support reparations for Black people?
Well, listen, again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century. We had legalized discrimination and segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. And we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country. And in particular, Black people have not. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of Black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects Black families. So by default, it affects Black families.
So by default, it affects Black families.
But there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit black children, black families, black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this. The reality also is this.
The reality also is this.
Any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that.
Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No, no.
No.
Because whatever benefits that black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country. Right?
So yeah, I will never forget that, and I believe what she said the first time, and I'm not going to try to gamble to see exactly what it is she's trying to do for Black America, because her plans have already been given and they are literally nothing. Oh, I'm sorry. She did offer black men marijuana and a small business loan. Yeah, $20,000. Okay, moving on. So when I see this woman dancing to Beyonce, having a great time, just mimicking the lyrics, and I see other black people dancing beside her, I wonder to myself, how far gone are my people to literally embrace a woman who has disrespected your ancestors by acknowledging their differences and acknowledging their struggles, but also turn around and say she will not do anything to benefit only black people, even though black Americans were the only large group of people disparaged under this government in the past in which she uses to help other groups of people. But neither here nor there. I just wanted to add that in. Let's get into the Beyonce part, since that seems to be what everybody cares about more than anything. So just like Malcolm X said, they go and grab their puppets, celebrities, your queens, to come out and herd the sheep as they are the shepherd being puppeteered by the powers that be. So Beyonce decides to come out. People were expecting a performance. No performance was had. She had Kelly on her arm as if she was a purse. Kelly was giving Maxine Shaw tees, I guess. I don't know where she's going with this. Living Single Steve Harvey Men's Warehouse overdressed 90s tees. Nevertheless, they're here. And I watched Beyonce continuously reach for the dark-skinned woman's hand to show a level of solidarity, to act as if she really cares, when truth of the matter is, it looks to me as Kelly was being used as not only a handbag, but that token dark-skinned friend who's given a false sense of equality amongst all the light-skinned girls, but she's just lucky to be there, okay? So, now, I have talked about this on my channel on many occasions. I tell people all the time, celebrities are puppets used to gather the masses and sway them in whatever way the powers that be want them to go, and it typically works like a charm. I'm not sure how the Beyonce effect will help the election, but I do know that Kamala has been running out of options and things to use because she is desperate and needs to get one of her big puppets to really help out. Now, this is the craziest part. Kamala decides to take a photo with Tina Knowles, who's Beyonce's mother, and Beyonce's mother came on stage and she was having trouble with the teleprompter. Now, in a normal situation, it wouldn't be a big deal. I mean, people have trouble with teleprompters all the time, but this is supposed to be a sincere speech given by Beyonce's mother as to how she really feels about this election, Kamala Harris, and also Black America. So if the teleprompter was unable to be seen, because these are your true feelings, you would have no issues with just kind of going off the top of your dome and saying how you really feel about the election and about your support for Kamala Harris. But when it is not genuine, you tend to trip over your words, just like Miss Tina Knowles. You guys check it out.
Been empowering for me. You know, the teleprompter, I'm having a hard time seeing it, guys. I'm just being real here. So it's been powerful to encourage.
So now here's a photo of said teleprompter. Honestly, with all the lights going on, I kind of understand why she couldn't see it. But again, my issue was this is supposed to be a sincere promotion and endorsement for Kamala Harris. So the fact that she was having so much trouble seeing and could not actually go on and finish her thought without this teleprompter tells me it's not genuine. And I don't believe any rich person or billionaire or millionaire genuinely supports Kamala Harris, because allegedly she says that she's going to take from the rich and give to the poor so we can have equity. Remember? Yeah, this whole political thing is rigged. And I've been telling you guys this for the longest. This political game is rigged, but that's a story for another day. So as I said before, there was a packed house down in Houston. It is Houston, Texas, Beyonce's hometown, and people piled up into the arena expecting Beyonce to perform. Well, it turns out Beyonce had other plans. She just wanted to deliver a speech and skedaddle. Let's get into Kelly and Beyonce's speech, and I'll come back with a little commentary.
Welcome. Welcome, welcome everybody. Welcome to my Houston family. I am so proud to be here back in Houston with my mama T and my sister. Welcome to this day, this remarkable, this joyous day. A date, a day, a time, a moment with weight and meaning for our country, for our people, and for the world. A moment, Houston, where we grab back the pen from those who are trying to write an American story of division and hatred. A moment when we grab back the pen from those who are trying to write an American story of misogyny and racism. We are grabbing back the pen from those who are trying to write an American story that would deny the right for women to make our own decisions about our bodies. Houston, we are grabbing back the pen. We are grabbing back the pen, that pen, to forge a new path with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. We are grabbing back the pen to write a new American story, a story of community, of equality, strength, of kindness, and of hope. When I was a little girl and I pledged allegiance to the United States of America, that meant something to me. That flag meant something to me. And today, that means grabbing that pen. So do what you do and do this thing again. H-Town. We are so happy to be standing here on this stage as proud country Texas women supporting and celebrating the one and only Vice President Kamala Harris. A woman who's been pushing for what this country really needs right now: unity. It's impossible not to feel the energy in this room, the positivity, the community, the humanity. We are at the precipice of an incredible shift, the brink of history. I'm not here as a celebrity. I'm not here as a politician. I'm here as a mother. A mother who cares deeply about the world my children and all of our children live in. A world where we have the freedom to control our bodies. A world where we're not divided. Our past, our present, our future merge to meet us here. Imagine our daughters growing up seeing what's possible with no ceilings, no limitations. Imagine our grandmothers. Imagine what they feel right now. Those who have lived to see this historic day. Even those who are no longer physically with us. Imagine all of their sacrifice. The sacrifices made so we can witness the strength of a woman standing in her power, reimagining what leadership is. For all the men and women in this room and watching around the country, we need you. Your voice has power and magnitude. Your vote is one of the most valuable tools, and we need you. Your freedom is your God-given right, your human right. Everybody say Texas. Texas plays a pivotal role to change the course of our future. Texans and Houstonians from 3rd Ward, River Oaks, Sugarland, 5th Ward, Alief, Memorial, Southwest Side, North Side, all the way down to Mo City. We all have a role to play to make this a reality. We're all part of something much bigger. We must vote. And we need you. It's time to sing a new song. A song that began 248 years ago. The old notes of downfall, discord, despair no longer resonate. Our generations of loved ones before us are whispering a prophecy, a quest, a calling, an anthem. Our moment right now, it's time for America to sing a new song. Our voices sing a chorus of unity. They sing a song of dignity and opportunity. Are y'all ready to add your voice to the new American song? Because I am.
So you heard Beyonce's speech. She says she's not coming as a celebrity or an artist or a performer. She's coming as a mother whose children will never experience any of the things that ours do. But nevertheless, she wants to play as if she's on your level. You know, I've always said this about Beyonce. She's such a chameleon, aka colonizer. She loves just going into people's cultures and things and taking everything. I'm from New Orleans. She's taking a whole lot from the city. But going into people's cultures and taking things and then making herself seem as if she's approachable or even the same as you. And the fact of the matter are, she knows and we know that she'll never be the same as us. And also her children will not grow up the same. They will not have the same experiences. Even though they are black children, that does not mean that they will have the same outcomes and the same incomes that we as Black America have. But nevertheless, Beyonce made her speech. Everybody was cheering. And then all of a sudden, rumors began to swirl that once Beyonce left, a lot of the crowd left as well. Check this out.
Y'all, they held a rally for Kamala Harris last night with Beyonce as the headliner, and let me tell you, the drama started when Beyonce left the stage. So Kamala's rally was all set to be the event, and they pulled out Beyonce to pack the crowds. Oh, people were hyped, but not for Kamala. The second Queen Bee dropped that mic, people were practically sprinting for the exits. Like the fastest cardio they've done in months. By the time Kamala got to the mic, half the seats were empty. And here's the kicker. Half the crowd started chanting, "Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump." Now that's a plot twist she didn't see coming. But Kamala, in true winging it fashion, hit him with her classic line. "If you don't like it, go to the smaller rally down the street." Ma'am. think it is. Can we talk about the irony here? The only thing she managed to cover was abortion, while everyone else was covering the exits. So maybe next time let's wait to bring Beyonce out till after you speak, because the rally wasn't giving hope and change. It was giving hope to catch Beyonce's Uber outside. Now let's be real, if Beyonce was in town at a Kamala rally, which was free, I'd probably show up too just to see it. I mean, how much longer are we actually going to be able to see Beyonce if Kamala doesn't make it into the White House, which is what it looks like because, Diddy, maybe? And don't get me started on Beyonce's mom and Kelly Rowland, because her heartfelt speech, she couldn't even see the teleprompter. And Kelly was dressed like a man, but that is part of the liberal agenda, right? She can be whoever she wants to be on any given day.
So not only were allegedly people leaving after Beyonce and Kelly left the stage, allegedly people were booing and she could not get a hold of her audience. That's very telling for how people really feel. Honestly, like I said before, I think that people came out for the performance that they thought Beyonce was going to give, and it just did not give what Kamala thought it was going to give. Now let's take a look at Kamala trying to get control of her crowd as they boo her for being the horrible actress that she is. Check it out. That had to be utterly embarrassing. I'm pretty sure when Kamala leaves the stage and she goes backstage, she's probably cussing and fussing, because honestly, I would. That is extremely embarrassing. I don't know in my lifetime if I've ever seen anything like this at a rally for a president, but this just tells you that everybody isn't on board with this Kamala BS. Actually, most of the people were probably there simply because they thought Beyonce would perform. And the fact that she didn't perform really made people really just go in the way that they did, and she couldn't even control the crowd. That is insane, or in my words, insanitary at this point, okay? Anyway, somebody must have known that I'm trying to decorate my Christmas tree early, and they decided to pull out some ornaments from the tree, and here lands Amber Rose. So Christmas ornament-shaped head Amber Rose decides to enter the chat along with her SA friend to tell us that Beyonce stole her speech. And while I believe that's possible and it probably did happen, for some odd reason, just because it's Amber Rose, it's just super annoying, y'all. Check this out. So Amber Rose responded to the shade room where Beyonce's speech was being shared and had these words. "She wanna be me so bad, literally took my whole speech." Now listen, I'm here for the latter sentence of literally took my whole speech, but wanting to be you, Amber Rose, please. This was so tone deaf, so ignorant, so weird that a lot of people gave Amber Rose backlash. And honestly, do I believe she deserves it? In this situation, no, but in general, yes. So I was one of those people who just let the comments eat Amber Rose up, and this is why. Amber Rose, like many other people who share some sort of connection to the black community, love to come in, use everything they can from the black community, suck the blood of the black community like a leech, and then move on. She's been known to be with Kanye West, be married and have babies with Wiz Khalifa, and literally leech off these men in order to gain whatever status she thinks that she's getting, and then move on as if none of this ever happened. But to be completely honest, at this point, I don't even blame her. I blame Black America because we don't gatekeep anything. So I guess it's sort of par for the course. But neither here nor there. What is the moral to this story? Amber Rose thought that she was going to have a whole bunch of people backing her on a black page, and it ended up biting her in the butt. And I just watched and kikied and laughed. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, that's what you get for insinuating that their God would dare step down from heaven in her throne to try to be like the likes of you, light bulb head. You know how it goes. Anyway, let's finish this up. No matter how many line dances, no matter how many songs she comes out to, and no matter what she does and who she acts as if she hangs around, Kamala Harris is a woman of Indian descent who's married to a clear man who I'm heard is part of the orange juice community. If you know, you know. And she will never be a Black American. And she literally tries on Black American culture like a coat and take it off at will. It does not matter if she have Beyonce, Kelly, White Jesus Christ on the bike, or anyone else. Black America absolutely has to wake up to the idea that just because they look like you and talk like you does not mean they are you. Our ancestors did leave us with a lot of famous quotables, and one that I'll leave you with is this: all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And with that being said, you guys, please be smart. Keep your head on a swivel. Keep all three eyes open and all three ears clog free so that you can hear the information in the age of Aquarius, which is 2024. You guys, drop down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about all of this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on all platforms, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.
You do not know a goddamn thing about Africa. I am from Detroit, Motown. So you can Watusi your monkey ass back to Africa if you want to.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.